not many know of his unique birth on that fateful Monday morning many years ago in Lagos, when his mother brought him into the world with very little help before she could go to the hospital. From that humble yet dramatic beginning, he took his first steps towards being part of Nigeria's great history. Femi Hakeem Gbajabiamila, or as he is popularly known, Femi Gbaja, stands tall in the political landscape of Nigeria.
I didn't really want him to join politics. Just to know that he's going to be a big man or somebody, number 4, whatever you call it, in life. But all mine is praying.
We grew up together because we're closer in age, and we did quite a lot of things together when we were younger. The good thing is, the five of us, we're really, really close, but we knew he was kind of like special.
Femi, I've known for 42 years. His vision, self-belief, and tenacity was clear from his youth.
After a short sojourn abroad, he returned home to join in the effort of building Nigeria, a nation he loves. Starting with the House of Representatives.
And it falls to Parliament to decide the best way forward.
Armed with passion, his trademark smile, and a flair for decisive views that cuts to the heart of legislative debate, he entered the National Assembly.
So I will implore that if you amend now...
I came into the House of Representatives in 2007 under the Action Congress. And by implication, we came in under the same platform in terms of political party that brought us to National Assembly.
I think my first encounter was not with him individually. It was members of the House of Representatives.
Yes.
And he was one of them. As you may know, his period in the House of Representatives overlapped with my period as president, and I have fairly regular and periodic meetings with members of the Senate and members of the House of Representatives, and that was my recollection of our first meeting.
As minority leader, well, he was a thorn in the flesh of PDP. You know, at that point I was PDP, and we couldn't do anything right as far as Femi was concerned. Even things that you would have expected him to commend, he won't. He will find an excuse to say we have done something wrong. He did a superb job of a minority.
Let me let the cat out of the bag. I preferred Femi Gbajabiamila more as the minority leader. He was so vibrant, so full of life. He practically drew the Jonathan administration down, which is gift of the gab, and ability to dissect and analyze and criticize issues.
A very, very accommodating person. He's not a tribal person. You can actually see for anybody to be able to manage 346 or 47 members from different political parties, different backgrounds, different religions, and you should actually help that person. It means that yes, he's a good manager of people.
For almost 2 decades, he has served his constituency, Surulere 1 in Lagos State, the federal constituency, and Nigeria in the House.
Record, your voting pattern is on record, and your constituents will be aware of which way you voted.
We've been hearing of Speaker before him, and we've not heard them performing this wonderfully well. Since he's been representing us, even his first year, he had always returned dividend of democracy to Surulere.
And he has even gone outside Surulere local government. Just our next neighbor here, Mushin local government. If you go to Lawani, you see his handwork there. Go to Akin Baruwa, you see. Go to Aturashe. Go to Mabu, Fashoro, Bishop. No, he has done wonderfully well.
That is why I said the man is a godsend to us in Surulere. With his presence and by virtue of the position he's occupying, it's as good as we don't have any opposition in Surulere again, as at today.
He does it regularly. Not only materials he distributed the other time around here, about 3-4 weeks ago, he gave out cash to the traders, starting from 1,500,000, 250, minimum was 100,000 naira, and everybody loved you.
I won't call them goodies. I'll rather use the word the speaker has been blessing. It's only God that blesses. But God has used the speaker to bless a lot of souls in this relay.
GBAJA Everywhere you go. They said it was, they dubbed it, it was the MTN slogan that they changed. At the risk of sounding conceited, let me say I have done a lot in my constituency. God has allowed me and given me the privilege to be able to do so much in my constituency that I'm eternally forever grateful to God, and they are forever grateful as well.
He has also served in several leadership positions, showcasing his diligent nature through his political, diplomatic, and legislative skill.
If he still has more to deliver to us at National Assembly, so be it.
But I'm hoping and I believe that...
From serving as minority whip to becoming minority leader, he went further to become the majority leader in the House of Representatives and was crowned as the Speaker of the House of Representatives.
Having secured the majority of the votes counted, over and above 50% that is required, is hereby declared elected and returned as the Speaker of the House.
I have been aware or associated with previous assembly, National Assembly groups in Nigeria, and I must say the harmony that has happened during our current assembly is quite astounding, and I can only attribute that to the good work done by Mr. Speaker.
Being a House of Representative member, his enviable and unique position does come with its highs and lows.
And also to deepen our democracy.
He firmly and decisively stands out in Nigeria's parliament. Passionate, dedicated, diligent, and relentless. These are the words that describe not just him, but his role as a leader, a visionary, and a peacemaker in the world filled with conflicts, defeats, and triumphs, the things movies are made of.
I believe he has been very impactful. I took a lot of interest every time I see him on session, how he related with the members of the House of Representatives, how he was speaking with them. And I think I consider him as a very inspirational leader.
Of late, very, very late, I come to really have interaction with him. I think it's by accident, really, not by design. And I found him a very pleasant human being, very respectful, very understanding, very attentive, and a man that I would say, hey, he understands Nigeria. He's in fact a Nigerian to the core. So he started talking to me about even his family. And of course, if he has to go as far as he had gone to pick a wife, yes, then I say yes, you must be truly and sincerely a Nigerian.
Work on his restlessness. He has that restlessness of a leader wanting to, catch the sky without a shot. You see, have to be a launcher. That's all. He has very, very little blemish.
What strikes me most about Femi is his high level of integrity.
In terms of the parliamentary duty, the bills, the motions, and the rest, he's recorded the highest since the emergence of the Fourth Republic.
I think he has that charisma, that leadership quality, and then he doesn't appear, from my interactions with him, I don't know what he does with other people. From my interactions with him, one or two times I met him for one assistance to the other. He doesn't live based on the party line. That is my finding from him. And so I should think that he is not somebody who will say only based on party.
For him to be able to be there for this number of length of time, it has shown some level of a politician that understands what the local people want, and he's able consistently, to be with them. I have had the opportunity, to watch him and see him even before I officially joined politics. Meeting with his constituencies and a lot of people within the area and the way they speak about him. So I notice him is a gentleman who has a lot of courage, but more importantly, he has a vision. So when you have a vision and have courage go together, then you will be able to drive that vision to a logical conclusion.
Femi is more, with good aids, she's one of, the pillar of politics in the whole of Lagos Central, not to talk of Surulere, and it's from that stock that Right Honourable Speaker has also emerged from. And his father, also dare say, was also one of the foremost lawyers in Lagos, because even if you don't know anything, you know lawyer Gbajabiamila, right? And that's Femi's dad, and so you can see from that stock of who he is, back home. It's a name that is well respected. It's a name that has transcended, several generations. And at this point, he's actually, taking that name to a higher level. So I want to wish the Right Honourable Speaker, I want to wish him the very, very, very best, of good things to come.
I find him
and extremely trustworthy, reliable, dependable friend. Femi tells you his word. This tells you something. He stands at least up to it, and even if others are pointing gun to his head, it's almost everything Femi has said to me, I will do this. He's done those things, and I respect him for that.
Our relationship has been based on true friendship and mutual respect for each other. One thing I also like about Femi is he has two things: his word and his bond, which he'll break for nobody. His word is his bond.
He tries to be there for everybody, which is good, because he's the speaker. But it also is telling on the body. It's telling on the body.
First, I can't even believe we're talking 60. He's a good guy. He's a good guy. He's a good politician. He's a good, we differ in some things, or we see some things differently, but at the end of the day, we agree and we understand his point of view, and so we support him in anything he does. And I'm very, very protective of my brother. A lot of people know that. So, and I'll continue to protect him.
So I wish him a very, very happy birthday in good health, with long life and God's continued blessings.
What I will advise him is to continue as a Bashufin that will benefit a particular race, the entire Odua race, and beyond. And they should see to the implementation of everything. So many laws need to be passed for us to have a sane environment and good governance. He should continue to lead by example as the speaker. Once a speaker, will forever be a speaker.
Happy birthday to the Right Honourable Femi Gbajabiamila, the Speaker of the House of Representatives. I want to use this opportunity to thank God for your life. It's definitely a milestone worth celebrating, and my short but powerful prayer for you is thus: you have successfully concluded the morning and the afternoon of your life. You have now stepped into the evening of your life. My prayer is that you enjoy this evening of your life in good health, in sound mind. You enjoy it in peace. You enjoy it in prosperity. And most importantly, what you leave behind is a great name for your family and all that is associated with and to you. God bless you. Happy birthday.
As he marks another momentous year, his 60th birthday, the best thing anyone could wish for him is to continually grow in and with grace, as well as never lose sight of his goals. Happy birthday to a gentleman, a voice of the people, a leader many times over, our sparkling speaker. Happy birthday, Mr. Speaker.